Hey, good morning, guys. In terms of economic news release, the day is pretty much clear, except we have one CPI event for pound at around 11:30 IST. There is nothing else interesting. Crude oil inventories. Yeah, let's see what's going on in Dixie. Dixie can trade above the previous day's high. There's a sign of bullishness for Dixie. So we can actually comfortably look for shorts in Euro USD and GBP USD if we find any. Let's just scan through the charts. Okay, I'm gonna look for this level in Euro USD. Let's refine this. The last series of bullish candles. We can also consider this whole range. If I drop my Fibonacci on this impulsive move, then this area is beautifully lining up with 61.8. So it's better if we just go with this level, I think. The daily bias is bearish. The previous day low is already cleared, so that's a bad sign. But overall, it's highly possible that we're going to trade below this lows, this previous weekly low and this low. We still have 2 days left for the weekly candle to close, so let's see how it unfolds. GBP USD is something interesting. I was looking for long over here. I'm looking for a push upside. We also have a rate folder news event for GBP. The daily bias is bearish. It's possible that we're going to trade below this low, but we're looking for longs. That doesn't make sense somehow. But if price managed to close above this high, in that case, we can look for longs based on the weekly bias and weekly trend. Right. Let's see. I have my alerts on over here. So if price managed to give us some good bullish confirmation above 10 EMA, in that case, I can start looking for longs. Or it will be better if I just wait for another good structure in 4 hour and I wait for price to clearly trade above 1020 EMA with a bullish environment in 1020 EMA, because 1020 EMA is right now giving us a bearish environment. The 20 EMA is above 10 EMA, so it's better if we just wait a little more in GBP USD. There is nothing interesting in AUD USD. The daily environment is bullish. It's possible that we're going to trade above this high. We are already clearing this high. It's possible that we're going to trade above this high too, but for now there is nothing. Let's just scan and see either we have any trade setup which is playing out right now. Oh, that is going really good. The last long in Euro JPY it's going pretty good. I'm almost targeting for a 1:5 hour in this one. And I was thinking about closing my position at around this level, but I decided to hold my position as the USD JPY was making all-time highs, and it's possible that we're going to see a little more continuation towards upside. Let's see. I'm going to hold into this position towards the take profit. Let's see how it unfolds. Nothing in Euro NZD. No, there is no clean setup right now. NZD CAD. No. Nope, there is no clean setup. We can predict some territories, some moves, but it's always better if we just wait for more price action to unfold. I'm waiting for in USD. I'm waiting for something like this. In AUD USD, I'm waiting for something like this. It's easy to say these kind of things, but what I want, whenever I'm just scanning, I just want that it is already giving me a rejection from the zone as I'm scanning right now. It's at around like 11 p.m. 11 a.m. IST, which is almost like we only have 2 hours almost left for the London Open. So I basically want the price at around my zone when I'm actually scanning. Only those setups are gonna make sense this session. By the way, last day I missed a euro short maybe from at around this level. Price was at 10:30. Price was at around this level, and it was a zone. If I just refine it into a lower time frame in 1 hour, if I take this series of last bullish candle, I can also consider this move, but if we just notice that it is not making a high in terms of closing, so I'm just gonna go with this one. I can also go with this one, but as it is already giving me a good rejection from this, so it's better just if I just go with this zone. And it's also lining up with the Fibonacci level 38.2 maybe. Yep, of this impulsive move. And if I just drop my Fibonacci on this impulsive move, then it's not that 38.2, but still it's a valid one because it's perfectly dropping from 1020 EMA also. It's lining up with 1020 EMA also. There is no clean setup for now. Maybe it's gonna be a skip day. I'm just gonna hold my Euro JPY long, and we can look for longs in GBP JPY, but let's see. This is the last series of bearish candles, and if price managed to correct back all the way lower and give me some good rejection towards upside, then I can look for longs. For now, there is nothing. GBP CAD, nothing, no clean trend, nothing in GBP AUD. I was looking for this highs in GBP AUD. It was looking very promising overall at that time, but look how price is currently dropping back lower. And if this is a zone, then let's see if we can refine it in daily time frame. This is the last series of bearish candle. So yeah, what I'm gonna wait for price to drop a little more downside, and then if I find any good bullish, strong bullish daily candle closure, in that case, I can start looking for longs in GBP AUD. For now, it's still possible that we're gonna see more downside correction. I can't see any short setup over here, and or any long setup at this moment, so it's a skip. Um, it looks like we are just bouncing above this zone. Okay, let's see if we can refine this zone. Yep, it is the last series of bearish candle, and here is our zone, and we are seeing some really good bullish candle closure above our zone. But the thing is, where it's heading towards? Is it heading towards this high? It's a high from 2025 August. It's possible that we are gonna clear these highs within next few weeks, but at the same time, I can see like prices extended towards upside, and a correction is quite possible also. Correction towards downside is also possible towards 1020 EMA towards 38.2 level. So it's a good setup, but it's not that a high probability setup because price is extended towards upside in higher time frames like weekly time frame. Even though the weekly candle is giving us a bullish vibe because the weekly candle is closing above the high of the previous week, still the week is significantly large. If I get in this trade setup with a stop below at around this level and target for a 1 is to 3, I don't think I'm going to get a healthy 1 is to 3 over here because I need to target for way more higher than this previous high in order to get a 1 is to 3. Yeah, somewhere around here. The best entry was somewhere around this level. The best entry was here, and the best stop loss is actually here. But we can also go with this low. And this was the best entry, and we already missed it. And yeah, it was a pretty good target in that case. But for now, if I just get in at current price, I'm not getting a good risk reward ratio. To get a one good risk reward ratio, I need to extend my take profit way more higher. Uh, let's see if I'm targeting too much or not. Yeah, to get a 1 is to 3 reward ratio, we need to target for way beyond this level. So it is not making any sense. It's highly possible that we're going to see a move and then a good correction. So I'm just going to ignore it. It's a C grade setup, even though it's looking good overall in terms of trend, in terms of it's also lining up with the weekly bias, but still it's a C grade setup just because we are extended towards upside and we already missed the move by a few hours, and we're not getting a good risk reward ratio right now. So let's skip it. Okay. NZD CAD price can go above this high. There is a relative equal high over here. I can spot. Maybe in weekly time frame. Man, that's a clean liquidity over here. Look at this. This equal highs. This this kind of levels work as a magnet for price. It's highly possible that we're going to trade above this high within few weeks. But at the same time, based on like classic technical analysis, it's also an area of resistance. So we can see some really good significant rejection from this level. Let's see if I can find any good longing opportunity over here. Just remove it. I'm gonna randomly place my zone, and then I'm gonna refine it with the last series of candle closures. I can go with this, but it's too tiny and towards downside. Uh, yeah, this is actually the valid zone in terms of closing, but I don't think price is gonna drop all the way low at around this level, just to start move towards upside, to start moving upside. Let's see what's going on in daily perspective. But it's also possible, like look at this significant rejection from the high. It's possible that we're going to drop all the way low at around this level and then get some good rejection. Okay, let's stick with the rules. It's possible that we are going to drop just at around this level and then get some rejections. We are already getting some good rejections from this level, but if we just go with our defined zone, then this is our zone, and it is lining up with maybe 78.6 level. Yeah, it's perfectly lining up with 78.6 level. So if I find any good rejection from this level, I have already my alerts on. So if I find any good rejection from this level, I am gonna look for longs in NZD CAD. I'm gonna wait for some good 4 hour candle rejections from this level. It's also lining up with the 50 EMA, so possibly it's gonna be a setup if I find any good rejection. It's definitely something that I need to keep in my watch list. Okay, so I'm gonna keep track on GBP AUD because no, not it's not GBP AUD, it's GBP CHF. So I'm gonna track GBP CHF even though I'm not gonna get involved into this trade, but still I'm gonna track how it's gonna perform, how it performs. And I'm also gonna track NZD CAD. Let's see how it unfolds. And at the same time, I'm also gonna track GBP USD as we have some news release coming within 30 minutes. It's possible that we are going to drop below this low because it is the previous day's low and the overall bias is bearish. The last daily candle is closing below the low of the previous day, but in terms of EMA, we are still into a bullish environment. Even though if we just focus on the current EMA action, the 10 to 20 EMA is converging, which is a sign of like trend shift, a regime shift. So it's also possible that we're going to drop below this low. But if we just look at this into a perspective or structural perspective, then we are all I want to see some good rejection above 10 EMA before I start looking for longs in GBP USD. So I'm going to keep GBP USD in my watch list. There is nothing else that I can watch. AUD USD, I can track this one too, but there is no good reason to target higher. uh, yeah, even though the environment in the weekly time frame is also changing, we are converging. The 10 to 20 EMA is converging. It's still into a bullish environment, but it is converging. In daily time frame, we are shifting into a bullish environment in terms of 10 to 20 EMA, but this rejection is coming from the 50 EMA. So it's possible that we're gonna drop below this low too. So I'm gonna I have my alerts on over here. Let's see how it unfolds. Yeah, that's it from my side. There is nothing interesting for now, and I'm gonna hold my GBP JPY position. So yeah, that's it, and see you soon on the next session, guys. Have a great day.